Big news out of Monday Night Raw as Eos Sky defeated Rhea Ripley to become the new WWE Women's World Champion, changing the trajectory of WrestleMania, leaving many questions, including who is she going to face at Mania? Will Rhea Ripley get a rematch leading up to or at Mania? And why the hell would WWE do a world title change just 56 days after one of their biggest stars in Rhea Ripley won the belt back from Liv Morgan? All that much more is going to be answered right here in this video. So be sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. All right, Eos Sky winning the WWE Women's World Championship. An outcome that not many people saw coming, but an outcome that has come with a lot of adulation and praise from fans. Rhea Ripley, Eos Sky faced off tonight on Monday Night Raw, and Eos Sky defeated the former Women's World Champion, Rhea Ripley, who, of course, won that belt back from Liv Morgan just a couple of weeks ago at the debut edition of WWE Raw on Netflix. But the question now is, what the hell is going on? We all saw at Elimination Chamber, Bianca Belair won that match. She has punched her ticket to face the Women's World Champion at WrestleMania. So coming out of this outcome, it seems like Eos Sky versus Bianca is the big match that you're building towards. But where does that leave Rhea Ripley? We know that Bianca and Io is a foregone conclusion, but the way I see things playing out is I see WWE here saying, we are not just going to do what everyone believes we want to do. We're not just going to do the things that people have come to expect from WWE. The long title reigns, the big stars being pushed over everybody else, and not everyone getting a fair shake at things. This was Triple H, in as very small way as he could, fighting back against those criticisms. We all know that people, fans, and critics alike have been saying for months, if not years, one of the biggest issues that WWE faces is this insistence on telling long-term stories. And I want to clarify this. There is nothing wrong with telling long-term stories. In fact, if you're a wrestling show, whether you're WWE, AEW, TNA, or the like, you should be telling long-term stories. The issue becomes how you do it. And do those long-term stories become dragged out in the process? And in WWE, through feuds like Liv Morgan, the Bloodline, etc., we have seen that play out, drag out, and become a parody of itself very often. And that is why you heard a lot of the criticisms around these long title reigns. And that's why I think this is a fresh thing for WWE to do. Not every single title reign needs to be over 150 days or a year or 2 years. Titles change hands quickly. And having this unexpected title change on Raw not only freshens things up leading into the show of shows, the showcase of the Immortals, WrestleMania, but it also makes WWE Monday Night Raw more must-see. Because now you can expect the World Championship to change hands on that show. You can expect stars that are not Rhea Ripley, that are not Charlotte, that are not Bayley to win that belt. And you can expect the unexpected. Right now, leading up to Mania is usually where Triple H shines as a booker, and he has done so once again. And this right now, to me, speaks to them saying, we are going in that direction that no one thinks we're going in. We are going in that triple threat direction. I totally believe that Rhea Ripley is going to go into that match and face off against Bianca and Io in a quest to win back her WWE Women's World Championship. There's no question about it in my mind. I think that's the best story you could tell. It would add an extra layer to the match, and it would add a seed of doubt because remember, the champion does not need to be pinned in order to win that belt. The champion, or the challenger, I should say, can pin whoever. And if you're looking at this, right, do they do a story where Rhea wins back her belt, asserting her dominance once again over the WWE Women's Division. They just put the belt on Eos Sky. Do they have big plans for her? So do they keep the belt on her? Or do they have Bianca Belair, someone who at this point is still undefeated at WrestleMania in singles action, who has basically made WrestleMania her show every single year that she's been there? Do they add to that legacy? That's the question. And no matter what outcome we have, it's a great one. And that's why I love this decision. This is one of the best booking decisions Triple H has made in a while. And I truly believe that. Like, obviously, outside of Cena turning heel, we all love that. Shout out to The Rock and Cena and his big old bald spot. Kero, get my boy going in Turkey there. But regardless, love this. And I do think that, getting away from the insistence on doing, 300-day title reigns, we need to get away from that. In wrestling in general, AEW is extremely guilty of it too with their major world championships. And I am not a fan. I think there is credence and there's the accepted nature that you need a dominant champion, right? I understand that. But if you look at wrestling when it was at its hottest, when it was as most unpredictable, when it was at its most interesting, it was during times where you could expect those surprises. It was during times where you're telling great stories for sure, but hey, the world title just changed hands on an episode of Raw. The world title just changed hands on an episode of SmackDown. And it's not hot potatoing because it wasn't happening every single week. Well, in the Attitude Era, it was happening probably a little more often than it should have. But regardless, it doesn't need to happen every single week. It can happen once every couple of months, hell, once every couple of years, but it needs to happen because it tells your audience you can't miss it because you never know when we're going to do it. And again, that's why I love this decision. And I do think that this was a pushback against all those critics. I do think that this is a big build towards that triple threat match. And at the end of the day, I think that their most likely outcome is probably Bianca pinning Io for that belt. It would help Bianca position herself as an even bigger star. She pins the champion at WrestleMania. She wins that triple threat match. And then you can build to Rhea versus Bianca down the line, which is going to be a big money match. And you can save that for a Backlash. You can save that for another show. There's a lot you can do there. And I'm sure that WWE and Triple H have major plans for that. Hopefully it doesn't involve like another 3-year title reign. That is what I don't want. But let me know in the comments section, because what I do want from all of you are your opinions. Let me know what you guys think about this decision. Did WWE get this right? Did you love the match? Did you love the moment? Shout out to Eos Sky, by the way. Very underrated, unheralded. She carried the women's division last year going into WrestleMania, and she's going to do it one more time. It tells you how much she's trusted. It tells you just how much awesome. I don't even know what I was saying there. It tells you how awesome she is. I'm tired. It's Ramadan. I've been fasting. I need coffee. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys thought of that in the comment section below. Also, be sure to smash that thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And until next time, be happy, be healthy, and as always, keep it real.